This is another one of these Electronics Goldmine surprise box videos, naturally. Decent selection of stuff, some power resistors, some carbon comp resistors, a lot of capacitors, of course, including these annoying ones which have a 2-character code for the potential rating instead of just writing it on the capacitor, even though it's more than big enough. That's kind of stupid. Some of these fuse holder parts, which are useless on their own, but they're useful if you acquire used equipment where this may be missing. So those are really good junk box fodder. Also an old 500 nanofarad Cornell Doublier Black Cat cap there, read relay, various buttons, there are a whole load of those. Bunch of mil-spec resistors, including that rather old week 6 of 1967 vintage one. Crystal oscillator with oven, some grommets and strain reliefs. Whole reel of these rather interesting 7,800 ohm resistors, which are not in the standard, I think it's E24 resistor value set. That's kind of unusual. I mean, I have heard of non-standard values like these. These are not from this particular box. These are out of my own personal stock. But these are things like this 25,000 ohm resistor and this 500,000 ohm resistor. But 7,800 ohms seems kind of an unusual value. It is purple, gray, red, gold. So, and I checked it, and it was 7,000. And I checked one resistor was 7,880 ohms. So that's, you know, reasonable. Just somewhat unusual value. Some rather interesting surface mount tweezers. A whole load of these breakout PCBs for some kind of circular connector. Transistor there, as well as a number of RCA, constant consumer electronics, etc. replacement parts. And this stylus, whatchamacallit. And more mil-spec precision resistors, some fusible resistors, I'm guessing probably some kind of power supply, and a air variable capacitor. And these were not in the blind and these were not in the grab box, but they have recently mixed up their or changed their selection of lamps that they typically include, because they typically used to include in these lamp kits. I think this is I forget what part number it is, but it's Gold Pack number 63. They always included a number of these 4-watt, 12-volt, 12-volt yard light lamps. These 6-watt vehicle indicator ones are new. They always include a number of these half-ampere, 4.8-volt flashlight lamps, and a number of these 1.5-volt flashlight lamps. Typically throw in a couple of these lens end reflector lamps, as well as a number of these little tiny lamps. These are really useful if you have something like a Maglite Solitaire or another flashlight that takes those kind of lamps, because they're kind of hard to find nowadays, as well as these green and wheat lamps. And also there were 32 lamps in it instead of 25, although one of them was defective, so it was 31 useful lamps overall. But one thing that they've included recently, which are quite interesting, and I'm definitely going to order more of these, is these axial, almost kind of a lozenge shape lamp. So yeah, all in all, recommended, as usual.